Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be on our continuing repair efforts for our Mountaineer fifth wheel RV we picked up. It had been abandoned for some time. We've done some repairs on it already, and this is kind of the last hurrah as far as repairs. We actually have the trailer sold to a landowner here in Central Florida. They're going to put it on their property, use it as a hunting camp. They're not expecting a pristine trailer. We've told them all the repairs we've done so far. So this is going to be our last major repair of this trailer. Now, as you can see in this picture, there's some serious rot in the floor. Both sides of the rear floor have extreme water damage, but it's just pretty much concentrated to the walls. It's not spread throughout the whole floor. So the actual repair area is going to be small, but when you see what we do to repair the whole floor, it's actually a quick fix. It's not something that I would recommend to do as a permanent fix. If I kept this trailer, I would have torn out the whole back section of this floor and replaced every inch of it. However, because the trailer was already sold, the new owner understands how we propose to fix it. Now, Sarah and I are no stranger to water damage in RVs. A few years back, we purchased this 2012 open range. We got it at an incredibly good price because there was extensive water damage throughout the trailer. When I say extensive, I mean every slide out had water damage. So that's because the seals on the side of the slide outs had partially separated from the wall, allowing water to run into the slide out on the very bottom and settle onto the old plywood floor or the old OSB floors they put in these trailers. So we got this trailer at a very good price, knowing that we would have to do some extensive repair. And that's just what we did. You can see the pictures of the living room. This is how the trailer came. It's very beautiful. It has carpeting. However, all that carpeting on the slide outs, under the couches, and on the floor trapped any bit of moisture that seeped into these slide outs. Now, the same thing happened in the back bedroom. That was a little more extensive, and I'm not going to cover that. This is just a prerequisite to our fun with the Mountaineer repair. So all the dark spots you see on the floor of the living room is all mold and mildew and rot. Now, the slide out floors, right and left, you can see there's black. Any kind of black you see on these floors or dark colors, that's rot. And actually the carpeting held all this moisture in and created a lot of mold and mildew. Sarah and I had to wear face masks when we were doing this repair because it was just so bad in this trailer. Every slide out in this trailer had water damage because the previous owners didn't keep up on the sealant, caulking, the roofing, everything. There was a lot of issues with this trailer that could have been prevented. You can see the slide out floor is black. We took the complete floor out and put new pieces of plywood into the slide out. And once we finished all the repair, we put down vinyl flooring with a moisture barrier under it. So let's move on to the Mountaineer floor repair.
Yeah, we definitely gotta put freaking flooring down.
Is it all wet in there?
Well.
God.
Yeah, it's wet.
Wow.
Feel.
Yeah. Now this is how the rear living area of this RV came from the factory. You can see there's two chairs in the back. There's a fold-down table in the center. And because the damage was restricted to each side of the floor, you'd never know it with the position of these recliners. Unless you pulled them out and actually started feeling around the floor and noticed soft spots, you would never notice this. So if this trailer was never repaired, eventually you would sit down in one of these chairs and just fall through the floor with the rot. So unfortunately, I didn't get pictures of our area that we're doing other than what you see here. The chairs are already gone, the table is off the wall, and we're starting to do tear out now. So as you can see, we've got the majority of the rot taken out and areas of repair getting ready. If you look on the left side of this picture, you can see I have two pieces of scrap plywood that match the same thickness of the original floor. We put them on the floor joists, and I should note the floor joists are aluminum. So the initial repair pieces that go down, I had to use metal tapping screws to get them into the floor joists. Now, while Sarah was doing some cleaning inside here during the tear out, I went outside to see if I could find the source of the water leaks. And unfortunately, it was all due to neglect. Again, the caulking and sealant around the windows, all three windows actually in the back of this trailer, had not been maintained. There were cracks, separations, even a few places where the sealant and caulking were missing. So we resealed the windows, got them all taken care of where no more water could come into the trailer. And I went up on the roof, and the very, very back seam, there's a screw rail that goes across the very back of the roof on top where the TPO roofing meets the back fiberglass cap. There's a screw rail. Usually there's leveling sealant and stuff across there where all the leveling sealant had cracked. There were huge openings and it was just letting water come in. Now, the small little cracks may not seem like a big deal. One rain, two rain, water still gets in. But when this trailer has been sitting as long as this thing has, and I'm talking a number of years, continuous rainstorms have just let water build up in this wall and run down to the floor. Now, in this picture, you can see there's actually a couple lines coming into the trailer. These are water fill lines, and the sealant around those as well was not maintained. There was pretty much non-existent. When it would rain, it would run down the side of the trailer and follow these lines into the flooring, which also was a source of a lot of rot. So we sealed up everything we could find in the back of this trailer: windows, the TPO roofing screw rail, and the inlet housing where these hoses came into the trailer. So once we get this repair done, all the water coming in this trailer should be stopped and we'll have no more damage in the future. Now, the same area here where the inlet lines come into the trailer, we had to cut out a specific size of the rot, and we had to put blocking along the aluminum floor joists. The blocking helps support the seams of the repair area. Even though we're going to put a sheet of plywood over the whole area, we still need some small support areas so that when you do walk or do put pressure onto the new flooring, it won't have a spongy feeling. So you can see here we have the piece of wood cut, and you can see I have 3 pieces of just regular 2x4 blocking that goes along the side. So the seams of the new repair piece, has some support. Okay, so the new flooring pieces are in place, both on the right and left side. The right side here that's in the picture was a bigger repair area, so we have one solid piece. The left side area was not quite as large, so I just have a couple pieces of scrap 3/4 plywood. So now the repair pieces are cut in place and secured. We cut out the larger floor repair area out of 3/4 plywood. It's not pressure treated. It's just regular plywood. Of course, we had to notch out the inlet lines coming in and the AC vent on the floor. Now we took the old carpeting and put it back on the new piece of flooring, stapled it down, and did a dry fit. Before we screwed this whole piece of plywood down, we always do a dry fit when we do repairs like this because you just never know. We didn't realize that the 3/4 plywood on top of the floor would interfere with the slide out. So we had to pull this piece of plywood all the way back out, notch it, put it back in so the slide out had room to come into the trailer without hitting the new flooring on top of the old flooring. Okay, so that about does it. I realize there's a lot more detail I could have gone into with this video. However, it would have made this video a lot longer. We just want to put some basics in here and kind of pass on some of the knowledge and some of the little things that we do and have done in the past to repair these RVs. Some are permanent and some are temporary repairs. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned.